life-changing, legacy-building opportunity. Now, as I said that, it could have completely opened your mind to the possibilities or completely closed it. And an opportunity like this only comes once or twice in a lifetime. But chances are you already said no more than once. So here to share with you who we are, what we do, and how you may benefit, our closing speaker has served in the military in the Marine Corps for 13 years with honor and the highest distinction being the flag carrier for our President Bush. A father of 6, a true testament of how far a mind over matter, work ethic, and honesty can take you, Mr. Dan Charlier. Our first speaker comes from 30 years of experience in the financial industry. A mother of 7 and in business with her husband, and is admired by many for her positivity and energy. Please welcome Ms. Batsheva Judah.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Kim, for the amazing introduction. Okay, so I'm very excited to share our company story with you. It changed my life 8 years ago, and I encourage you to listen because it will change yours if you listen carefully. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about myself. As Kim said, I'm coming from, me and my husband were in the industry already. My husband started as a stockbroker, and remember 2000 when the market crashed, that was no fun. So he joined Mutual of Omaha, the insurance side, which is more safe. So I joined him in business a few years later. And like 7 years when we were in Mutual of Omaha, we thought, you know why? We entrepreneur, why to work for someone? Let's open our own agency. Makes sense, right? You ask yourself, we can be in a higher contract. So we decided to open our own agency, and we did, Judah Financial Group. It was amazing because we were in a higher contract, we earned more. But we had a big challenge because we didn't have our time. And I'm sure that by the end of the night, when you hear the structure of this platform and what it gave us, why it just made sense, okay? Just for example, people that joined my agency, Judah Financial Group at that time, they couldn't earn as much money as I earned. That couldn't happen. And that was frustrating. Why? Our number one agent that was selling really well, they got frustrated and they left. They opened their own office, and what happened to me, I lost my number one and I trained my competition. It's not a fun thing. And I cannot even judge them because I did the same thing. I left and I opened my own agency, remember? Okay, long story short, 8 years ago, going to the 8 years ago, we were introduced to, I'm so excited that you guys are going to have a chance to hear from him. He will, as soon as I finish my part of the presentation, he is continuing. His name is Dan Charlier. He changed our life. And I encourage everyone to listen very carefully because it changed my life and it will change yours, okay? So, while we're going through the presentation, I'm asking you please to consider those questions. Do you know someone that could benefit from this message? Could be that you will be a messenger for a family member, for a neighbor, for a colleague. I mean, those days when we in this pandemic, I mean, so many people lost their jobs, so many people don't have enough protection. Everybody are looking. Please be that angel that bring the information to them. Second question, can this information change your life? I encourage everyone that on this call this evening to talk to the person that invited them and look at, even if they have plans in force. It's always good to have another pair of professional looking and confirming that what you have is actually good. Good compared to what? And the third question, are you intrigued by this business? And seriously, so many people are looking, and how that will look like if you will have another stream of income coming to your household. So strength on our side. I'm sure that you are like me. If you're going to do anything, credibility is the number one. When Dan Shirley has said with us, with me and Joseph, my husband, that's the first thing that I was looking, the credibility of this company. Why? I will not be involved with a fly-by-night company. That doesn't work. I don't believe in that. And the rule number one in business is actually to stay in business. So we have such a strong parent company, Aegon, which I'm pretty sure that majority of you maybe never heard of them. And I'm not surprised. You know why? It's a common question that we ask in every presentation, and only few hear about them. They based on the Netherlands. They're a giant organization. They have over $500 billion, billion with B, dollar in asset. So we have a strong debt. So when they wanted to enter to the US market, they had two options. They could brand their name, create campaigns, branding that everybody will know who they are, or to buy a very solid and very well-known company in the US that everybody already know. They choose the second option. They send their team to the US to look and search and learn the other company, and they came across Transamerica, which I'm pretty sure many of you heard about them and know that tall building in San Francisco, and it's a very, very credible company. So basically, and WFG, it's our marketing arm. And you will hear from my mentor, from Dan Charlier later, how the system that exists in this platform can run your business. So let's talk about what's our option. Strength is the selection. What intrigued us also when we came on board, it's that I had option. Why? Because when I worked with Mutual of Omaha, I couldn't bring any other product but Mutual of Omaha. That's not fair. When I opened my own agency, I had more selection, more option, but I couldn't get, like Pacific Life, for example, they have a preferred contract. There was no way that it will work with moms and pop small agency in Beverly Hills. So what I love here, that we bring the industry to the consumer versus bringing a company. Because when I sit down with my client, I can make sure that I bring the right carrier. We have over 200 carriers sitting in our platform. And when we sit down with our consumer, we can do a great job by delivering for what their need is, okay? And you see many companies like Nationwide, for example, very well-known, Voya, and many more. So we have a very, very credible company in our shelf that we can bring and introduce our client. Okay, the financial cornerstone. I love that. Another thing that we have here, we have an educational approach versus just sales approach. And this part really, it's a game breaker because it's not enough. You cannot win the game if you don't know the rules of the game. Now, the wealthy one have access to all the information, but the middle class and maybe lower middle class, they do not necessarily have the information available for them. That's why they cannot win without our bringing them this knowledge. So growth, safety, tax advantage, and protection. We will talk about it more in details as we come up. Okay, the rule 72. I was in finance and I never heard about that rule. And it's really amazing. It is a mathematical formula that can tell you how many years will take your investment to double. Simple. Einstein said that that's the 8th wonder of the world. Warren Buffett learned those rules when he was 8 years old. No surprise that he's so wealthy those days, right? You learn the rule of the game in order to win. So let's take an example how that works. And let's say that your money is sitting in a bank, Wells Fargo, and they gave you actually 1% return, which it doesn't happen because it's more like 0.0. But let's say you got lucky and you got 1%. So if you divide 1% by 72, it will take 72 years for your money to double. Let's assume you are 29 years old, you have $10,000 in the bank. If you want to know how many years will take your 10,000 to turn to 20, is divide the numbers. So basically you're going to be 101. I don't know about you, but I do not have that much time. And besides, what are you going to do with 20,000 in like 72 years? Ridiculous, right? Okay, but what are the other options? So let me share with you. Let's look at the right column to the right, the last one. There we have an option that gives you 10%. Wow, that's much better, right? 10% return. So if you divide 72 by 10, it's every 7.2 years, your money will double. I just want you to pay attention and look what's the difference and how your money will grow by just being on the right vehicle, but just by knowing that it exists. Now you ask me where we have that, we will get there. And make sure that you speak to the person that invited you this evening. So the difference, it's the same person having the same $10,000, but having it in the right vehicle, it's a 620,000 different. That's a lifetime income for typical teacher, let's say, that's working in school for 20 years. That's really amazing. Now let's talk about how your money can be credited. What's the option that we have for our money to grow? Column number one, it's the fixed income. Fixed income, that's what usually the bank give. When you hear that you get 0.0, you know exactly what you're getting into. The good thing is that there's no risk. You're never going to lose. Whatever they promise you, that's what you get. But the challenge is that the growth is very slim to none. And I'm not talking about even betting inflation. That's another, but let's say. And I always say that when you see a straight line in the hospital, that's not a good sign. There's no life there, okay? But that's one option that exists. The second column, it's the variable. That's the money market. That's your account in stocks. Okay, you see that it's very volatile. It can go up, but it's subject to loss also. It can go down. That can be your 401k account, which many of the employees of the world get that option when they start a job to invest in this option. And we will talk later about why it's not the best, but we do it all. The last option, it's the index. The index, actually, it's very exciting. It's a hybrid between fixed and variable. If you can see, we can tap to a growth. If it's 5, 6, 7, 8, for a certain cap, we can tap to the growth of the market. But if the market crash, we lock in on the highest point. And then it's become like fixed. That's basically, you can benefit for both worlds, and it's staircase for heaven, I say. Because your money always growing and you're not subject to risk. You don't lose. Okay, we know that the enemy of money is taxes. Taxes as the enemy number one for our money. Let's look at what exists. We have the 3 tax boxes, what we say. We have an option of tax now. That can be your saving account, sort of CDs. It's in the end of the year, we get a 1099 and we get tax on the growth. Okay, that's option number 1. The option number 2, that's tax later. it's like an option. Usually it's your retirement account, that's the 401k, the IRA, the fixed annuity. Usually it's an option for you to defer your taxes, meaning you do not want to pay it now, but you pay it later. I want to give you a simple example to emphasize on that. Let's say that you're a farmer, okay? And I'm giving you a seeds of a fruit. Let's say it's watermelon. So you have an option to pay taxes on the seed, which worth not much, or you have an option to pay the tax on the harvest. You keep it for 30 years, you water it, you sink to it, you make sure that it's grown nice, and then the IRS come and ask for his share. So I will ask you, if it was you, you have an option what to choose. Do you want to pay tax on the penny seed or the $1 million harvest? Okay, of course, under penny seed. Another fact I want to mention that the tax reform change used to be in Reagan time that when you were in retirement age, your tax bracket was lower. So it made sense to defer the taxes. It makes sense. If I will be in a lower bracket, I pay less. But my friend, that changed many, many years ago. You can be even 90 years old and having a lot of earning, and then you can be subject to high taxes. And besides, it seems like taxes going higher and higher. It's not that they're going lower. So why should I wait and pay later? Okay, that's just saying. It's usually good for the employer, but less for the employee. But again, we give information for you to make your decision. Can you go back to the slide, please? Tax advantage, that's actually the golden box. It's the most exciting part for me. The tax advantage has two products in there. It's the Roth IRA and the cash accumulation for life insurance. There is actually an option to grow your retirement and never pay tax. We'll talk about it later. Thank you. The next slide, we will show you actually what is our service. What is that we do here? What we do here, it's the financial need analysis. It's pretty awesome because this service, it's complimentary. We sit with our consumer and we educate them and we design and we put a plan for them. The 6 steps that we go through, it's cash flow. We're looking at income and expenses that's coming in and out. How can we help there? And for those that are not earning enough, you will hear very soon about our business opportunity, which can be a game changer just with this topic. Emergency fund. Look at what's happening today. People that didn't plan right and have those emergency, it's very hard. So we encourage our client to have emergency fund, 3 to 6 months, in case of emergency, something that unexpected come that your family is taking care. Debt management. We can help you consolidate the debts, find a better rate, and make sure that you can free some money to invest for your retirement. Proper protection, we talked about it. That can be the life insurance, that can be disability, that can be long-term care. Basically, we doing it all. Build wealth. We want to sit down with you and help you build a retirement. Most of the people don't know even what's the number that they need to put in order to be able to retire. We have that ready for you. We can help you. And last is preserve wealth. You're working hard and you're generating income. Well, let's make sure that it's got to your loved one. Let's make sure that you have the will and the trust and everything in place. And guys, we're doing this complimentary. If you go to any other people in the industry, you can pay $1,500, $500 just for a person, like a professional, to sit down with you. We're doing it complimentary. That's what I have for you for today. So I want to encourage you to talk to the person that invited you tonight and make sure that you sit down and see how your plan look like. I'm so excited to bring the next speaker. Dan, you're amazing. You changed my life, and I'm grateful for that forever. Please take copious notes, listen carefully, and looking forward to see you all. Thank you so much. Dan, take it from here. Thank you.
Oh my God, I feel like I haven't seen you since we've been in quarantine. I feel like I haven't seen you at all. It's great to see you. I'm sure your family of 7, Joseph, you guys are doing awesome. The kids are doing awesome. And I'm also so glad that before we went to quarantine, we got a chance to take the family to Hawaii. Batsheva and Joseph brought all 7 of their kids to Hawaii. We took the top 500 couples, actually 600 couples, to Hawaii in February, and we had a blast. And then when we come out of when we come out of quarantine in July, we're going to St. Martin if everything opens up. So that's awesome. You know, I met Joseph and Batsheva back in 2012 when I had just moved to LA, and they were running their financial service company. They were already in the insurance industry for over 13 years. I believe it was 13 or 12 years. They were very successful in the Beverly Hills area, great market. They knew a lot of people. They had been doing insurance, had a lot of credibility in the marketplace. And I shared with them this opportunity, and they got started with us. They moved their financial service company to World Financial Group because we had a system now. They've been in business with us now for the last 7 years, which is awesome. So I remember Batsheva's biggest fear when I first met her back in 2012 was public speaking. So it's great to see that you're talking to a couple of hundred people now, even though you're talking to through your computer. But it's great to see you up leading. Lighthouse Financial is the name of her organization out here in Beverly Hills. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, so you get a chance. They've got an awesome team. So thank you for sharing the credibility of our company and the education of what we do for families. You're an inspiration to many people, and you lead a great team, so we're excited for you. So tonight I get a chance to spend a few minutes with you guys. Tonight you get a chance to see the credibility of our company, and Batsheva did a great job going over that. You get a chance to see our crusade, what we do for the consumer, and Batsheva did a great job covering that. And I get a chance to talk about the opportunity for a few minutes. So my background, I was in the Marines. I was in the Marines from 1987 to 1999. I spent 13 years in the Marines. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York with a single mom. And I did 5 years of special duty in the Marines. 2 years I spent as a Marine Corps drill instructor. 2 years I was the 23rd Color Sergeant of the Marine Corps, entrusted in carrying the colors at the White House for the president. And then I took over the Marine Corps Silent Drill Team, which is the #1 drill team in the world in 1995. Got a chance to travel the world and do a lot of great shows with the Marine Corps. But my original job in the military was aircraft rescue. I was a firefighter. In 1996, I got stationed in El Toro, Santa Ana, California. In 1998, I met my mentor in the business in WFG, and I got introduced to this opportunity. So I got a chance to see a presentation like this, and I got started on a part-time basis. At the time, I had 13 years in the Marine Corps. I was planning to do my 20, if not 30 years in the Marine Corps. I got started here because I wanted to make an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month part-time. And in March of 1999, I declined my re-enlistment in the Marine Corps, and I came in full-time. So it took me close to 10, 11 months to come full-time. First year, I made $180,000 in 1999. That was the most money that I've ever made. And I've been here since. So since 1999 to currently now, I've been full-time in World Financial Group. I've never done anything else. You'll see the brand Synergy Financial. Synergy Financial is our brand, is our team brand. And WFG allows you to build a business, allows you to build your own business within the business, which is absolutely awesome. So I want to share with you a little bit about our platform. There's no financial service experience necessary. So if you're looking at this and you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I'm a stay-at-home dad, or I'm a firefighter, or whatever your background is, you don't have to have financial service experience necessary. So when I looked at it from a perspective of, I was in the Marine Corps. I had no idea anything about financial services. So when you hear Batsheva talk about the Rule 72 and tax advantages and the financial needs analysis, I knew nothing about that. Test drive the opportunity. You could start part-time. Most of our associates, they start on a part-time basis. Very few start full-time. So if you already have a job or you're currently working somewhere, you could do this part-time. This is a part-time opportunity. And I remember one of my leaders says, Charlier, you can replace your full-time nightmares with part-time dreams. And so we're dreamers here, which is really awesome. There's no time clock. We're 1099. We're independent contractors, so we don't work at a physical office where we're 9 to 5. We don't have a boss. We're 1099. Although we have physical office where we do meetings and trainings and meet with people that are looking for an opportunity, and also clients. We have unlimited earning potential here, where you can make 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month. You can make 100,000 a month, or you can make nothing if you do nothing here, which is awesome. There's leadership development and mentoring business model. You want to be successful. You're looking for a real opportunity with a credible company, with a viable crusade, and local leaders that have done something that is successful, that are willing to mentor you. And we have that here. Strength on your side, power of choice, business expansion. We're licensed to do business in all 50 states, including Canada and Puerto Rico. We have a system here. If you look at in my office, my home office here, I've got a copy of what we call our business format system. So we've got a system, just like if you bought a McDonald's has a franchise format system. We have a business format system. Business format system covers prospecting, the approach and contact, the presentation, the follow-up, the startup, and the duplication process. So we have a systematic approach where we don't have to knock on doors. We don't have to do cold calls. We don't have to send out flyers. We don't have to buy leads. Equal opportunity for all. We have a diversified field force. We grow the underserved market, which means that we're educating the 80% of the population, which is middle America. We also help affluent families too. We have the financial needs analysis. We have all the technology and tools and everything that you need for your business. We have that, and you have access to that if you're an agent with us. It costs $100 to get started with us, which blew me away. When I first got started, I had access to this kind of platform, and I didn't have to come up with $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 or a couple of $1 million to be a part of that. Those of you that are business owners, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Most business owners, most small business owners, or most people that buy franchises or real estate, you understand that you must invest. There's a saying that says it takes money to make money. And you understand that without capital, without credit, it's almost impossible for you to start your own business. Here, you need no capital, you need no credit. All you need is $100 and a dream. And we'll provide you with a platform. We won't judge you by your past. We'll provide you with a platform for you to go win for your family. We've got world-class recognition and events. We do big events. I remember my first big event was in 1998. I got a chance to go to our annual convention in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. In the Grand Ball Arena, we had a little bit between 19 to 20,000 people there. Man, I was blown away by all the recognition. I felt like I was at the Academy Awards. I saw all the different leaders being recognized, from 100,000 a year to $250,000 to $500,000, Hall of Fame and all of that stuff. And I said, man, I want to be part of that. I want to compete. I want to be part of a winning team. And we have that. And everyone was having fun. I remember our team motto was respect people, make money, and have fun. So excited about that. Talk to you a little bit about our compensation. We have 5 ways to earn income here. If you've heard of multiple streams of income, you have personal income. When you sit down with a family yourself and you help a family, you do a financial needs analysis and you move a financial product you've got an ability to make money there. Agency income, if you recruit and build a team, you've got an opportunity to make money there. Expansion income, which means that we're licensed to do business in all 50 states. You can expand in multiple states. As we're speaking tonight, I'm in Los Angeles. Batsheva is in Beverly Hills, and we have people from all 50 states that are dialed in to this Zoom business presentation meeting. So you can expand. If they got access to the internet, you can expand in that local area. Bonus income, you get a chance to participate in multiple bonuses on a monthly basis, and you have reoccurring income because you're dealing with insurance and investment-based products. Now, we also have a promotion guideline. We show you exactly what you need to do to earn your promotion. If you're a broker with us, I did that my first 90 days in the business. Batsheva did that her first 90 days too. If you're a senior market director, which is one of our brokerage position, if you have your life and securities license with the state of California, if you don't have it, we've got a training program that trains you and shows you how to get it. Your life license, the state requires you to do a 52-hour course. You could do that in the comfort of your own home, and you go take the state exam. Actually, it's not an exam, it's a quiz because it's 60% to pass. You can do that as fast as 2 to 3 days. If you're a broker and you have those licenses, the average broker's 1099 is $64,000 a year, which means that you're an average broker. You're not a player. You're not a big name. Nobody really knows your name. But if you're a hard worker and you apply yourself and you get good and you master your craft, the highest right now is at $1 million a year. If you're a senior market director, you're a broker and you have your life security and advisory license, the average broker makes $86,000 a year, all the way up to $1 million. If you're an executive market director, the executive market director, which means that you've got some leadership skills. You've trained other leaders to become brokers. The average executive market director makes $193,000 all the way up to $2 million. If you're a CEO with us, which means that you develop other brokers, which Batsheva and Joseph, they're on their CEO run right now. The average CEO makes $350,000 a year, all the way up to $2.9 million. And if you're executive vice chairman, right? If you're executive vice chairman, the average chairman makes $823,000 a year, all the way up to $1 million a month, all the way up to an eight-figure income. So whether you want to make a 6-figure income, a 7-figure income, an 8-figure income, this is our team. You have to at least make at least $100,000 to be $100,000 a year to be on this poster. We've got all different people from all different walks of life, all different backgrounds that are on our leadership council, field advisory board. You know, one of the things I used to hear all the time that people talk about being a self-made millionaire. Being a self-made millionaire is cool, but to me personally, it's not as gratifying as being a team-made millionaire. So you can help enough people get what they want, you automatically get what you want, which is awesome, right? So I want to feature some of the leaders here. If you look up here, you'll see, oh my God, I didn't even recognize Rhea and Marlon because they're senior marketer. Rhea was in the social services for 17 years. She fell in love with the mission and time flexibility family. Marlon has been an IT programmer at UCLA for 20 years and loves the difference they make together. Today, educating and helping families with WFG, earning over a 6-figure income, right? Great job. You got Eugene and April. Before starting her business with her husband, April worked as a dental sales rep. Eugene is no stranger to business development as he used to manage an automobile dealership. Today, they run their agency out of Torrance, California, making over a 6-figure income, right? Then you have Nikki and Kermit Cannon, executive marketing directors and TFA registered reps. Nikki graduated USC, worked with Monster.com as the director of sales and marketing before transition into entrepreneurship with Synergy Financial and WFG. Kermit is a strength and conditioning coach, author of The Beast Factor and the Huge Success of His Wife, earning over $250,000 a year, building a nationwide business helping families. And they're aggressively going towards $500,000. Nikki and Kermit, cash flow over $50,000 in the month of April, and they're excited and they're growing their business. So I wanted to show you some local leaders of success that are teeing it up in your local area, and you have access to those leaders. Now, there's 3 types of people that are looking at the opportunity tonight. Some of you are looking at it from a client standpoint. You love the fact that this is a credible company. You love the fact that we have access to some of the biggest companies from Nationwide, Pacific Life, Transamerica, Voya. We've got access to everyone. So maybe you have a 401k, a 403b, an IRA, deferred comp, maybe some mutual funds, maybe some life insurance policies, an emergency account at your bank. Maybe you own a home and you have a mortgage, and you have all these different financial tools, and you need a financial game plan. And for most families that we sit down with, it's not a major overall. It's just changing. It's just an engine oil change. It's real simple. So one of our associates and one of our brokers can sit down with you, and we can do a complimentary financial needs analysis. Take a look at your finances, and not judge you, because we come from that place. So whether you're a multi-millionaire or you're an average family making $40,000 to $50,000 a year, the beauty with us, and we don't represent any individual company, we represent you. We represent you to a marketplace, so we can actually take a look at your products that you have, and we can show you what your options are. If you're like me, I was looking for something part-time. I was working 17, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was making like $3,000 a month in the Marine Corps. I wanted to make a couple of $1,000s a month. And my goal was I wanted to take the financial pressure off my mom. So I got started here part-time. Majority of the people that get started with us, they get started part-time. They get to earn while they learn, which is awesome. And you get a chance to be part of an awesome organization. We have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of fun, and we make a lot of money doing what we're doing, and we help a lot of people as we're making a difference in the community, and as we're making a difference in our own personal lives, and we're making a difference in our homes, especially during this time where you can work from home. You can get paid while you work from home, and we have an awesome system and an awesome leadership team that will help you. Some of you are looking at full-time. So when I met Joseph and Batsheva, they were already in the industry. They were already making a multi-six-figure income, so they didn't have a need to start part-time. They came full-time. They understood the industry. And one of the things that inspired them is that we have a system here. We have a system that brings the community to us. They wanted to be able to build a team, but not just build a team, but they wanted to have a system and a platform and a compensation system that allows them to keep their best people. Which they've done that. They've got an awesome team with Lighthouse Financial. Now we have something for you to fill out. This is the business review card. The business review card says, I'm interested in learning about financial solutions for my family. If that applies to you, check that off. I'm interested in starting part-time career with WFG. If that applies to you, check that off. Or both of the above, right? Now, if you're a guest, this is the first time you've heard this. The person that invited you will be getting in contact with you. They'll be scheduling a time, if not tonight or tomorrow, to do your interview. Today, we kind of jumped up and down and told you how great we are. In the interview process, you get a chance to tell us a little bit about yourself. You get a chance to tell us about your background and what your goals are and what you want to achieve. And then and we see if you're a fit for us, and more importantly, that we're a fit for you. We interview within 24 to 48 hours. So today and tomorrow, we want you to interview. Once you get started with us, on today's Tuesday, on Thursday evening at 6 p.m., we're going to do another business presentation meeting just like this. Well, we want to challenge you, for those of you that get started with us, we want to challenge you to bring three personal guests to Thursday night's business presentation meeting. So I'm excited. I want you to consider WFG. Do you know someone who could benefit from this message? If you know someone in your market that needs to get the financial education, that needs to have an opportunity, maybe someone you know that's great in sales, that's a great teacher, that's enthusiastic, ambitious, money motivated, they just lost a job, or they're dissatisfied at their current job or their current business right now, I want you to refer them to us. Can this information help you and your family and your friends financially? Do you have a financial game plan? So if I ask you a question from a scale of 1 to 10, how excited you are in becoming financially independent and debt-free, do you have a game plan to become financially independent and debt-free? If you don't, this is an opportunity for you to take action on that. Are you intrigued by the business? Are you intrigued by being an entrepreneur? Do you want to own your own business? Do you have a dream of working for yourself but not by yourself? So if any of those intrigue you, you found the opportunity. And I remember in 1999, actually 1999, when I was coming full time, and my mentor said to me, Charlier, this is your shot at the big time. And I had no idea what he meant by that, but now I do. And I want to leave you with one thing. Every now and then, a new idea comes to an old industry and revolutionizes that industry. So you got a chance to see an unbelievable opportunity that's revolutionizing the #1 industry. And this is your shot. So whoever invited you, you got to thank whoever invited you, because this is your shot at the big time. And the big time is your life. Thank you. Have a great evening.